It's a clean start as the cars stream onto the Grand Prix circuit for lap 1 of this Nurburgring 24-hour race. The race order is unchanged so far from the qualifying grid. CX2 Racing Orange leads the way. PMF Motorsports is second, followed by SAS RT, Walloon, Podium Hunters, Buckeye Endurance, Plus 30, Big Crumble, Deutsche Payment, and After Dark rounding out the top 10. Now the cars leave the Grand Prix track and make their way onto the Nordschleife for the first of an estimated 170 laps over the next 24 hours. CX2 Orange sets the early pace, with the front runners bunched closely behind. This is a fast field of drivers, and already there's every indication we're going to see a 24-hour sprint. Stefan Lascherid in the second place SAS RT car starts to put pressure on the leader. On lap 2, a fierce battle is unfolding in the mid-pack. Approaching Kallenhart, BMW number 18 driven by Maren Hogeveen runs wide into the barriers, and Team Hogeveen becomes the first retirement of the race. Lockie Brown in the CX2 car continues to set the pace as the field begins to spread out.
Go by on the right, guys, on the right.
Lap 6. Near the front of the field, Deutsche Payment and Buckeye Endurance battle over 6th position. Contact at turn 1 decides the outcome. Two laps later, Team Supernatural Green makes an early pit stop. A bizarre turn of events follows. With the car on the jacks, driver Sebastian Gutermann lights up the rear tires, and smoke pours out. Shortly afterwards, the driver exits the car with no replacement stepping in. The team is out of the race. Lap 9. After a quiet start at the back of the field, Mercedes number 76 of Team Denimero Black starts to work its way up the order. Despite stopping for both fuel and tires, driver Danielle Deasy will gain 2 positions in the pits. The team is up to 41st position, and it's the start of a meteoric rise up the rankings. On lap 12, the 777 Porsche, of Team Turn 7, is headed for trouble. A spin, followed by a heavy impact with the barrier, leaves the car damaged, but drivable. Driver Darren Wiley must wait for a safe opportunity to rejoin the track and limp the car back to the pits. The damaged car is difficult to control. A second incident at Schwalbenschwanz makes a bad situation even worse. Drastically down on top speed, and crabbing sideways, the Porsche is easy prey for teams behind. Safely back to the pits at last, the team can assess the true scope of the damage. It's too much. Although the team elects to take the repairs, the car will never rejoin. The first of the early front runners runs into trouble. After falling gradually back down the field from 4th place to 22nd, driver Zagor Samanik of Team Wailoon loses control of Mercedes number 17, approaching the sharp downhill left-hander at Breitscheid. As he struggles back to the pits, the team falls even more rapidly down the order. It's game over. On lap 19, driver Carlos Quijano pulls the Team Taquito RT car to the side of the road and retires from 32nd position. The car was seemingly performing normally, and there's no explanation. As the race progresses, the BMW and Mercedes teams begin to notice a problem. The cars are bottoming out excessively, resulting in the gradual accumulation of damage to the bodywork. The aerodynamic implication is reduced top speed along the straightaways. After the latest round of pit stops has cycled through, the order at the front is changing. With their bronze driver in the car, Team Buckeye is losing time to the faster cars who continue to set a relentless pace. Driver Julian Lockwood must allow the faster teams to pass safely, while also minimizing the time lost and protecting the car for the long race ahead. Near the front of the field, Team Buckeye is under pressure. Disaster is just inches away, as the car runs wide, exiting the second carousel. It's a stark reminder how the outcome of the race can be decided by inches. As the third hour of the race comes to a close, Team Podium Hunters holds on to an 8-second lead. They will stay there for now, but later in the race, the hours of darkness will change that. On lap 23, the third-place team of Deutsche Payment suddenly encounters drama. Driver Gunnar Miesen appears to brake late at Kallenhardt and goes off track. It looks like a simple case of driver error, but clearly it's a bigger problem, because moments later the car pulls over, and the team is out. Lap 32. The day is gradually giving way to evening, and Team Buckeye is on a charge. The car is running well, and driver Brandon Dooley sets about the task of bringing the team back up the order. BMW number 57, of Big Promble Motorsports, lies 6 seconds ahead, in 14th place. They concede the position in the pits. On lap 34, second place team CX2 Orange is about to encounter some very bad luck. Driver Matt Stewart prepares to lap BMW number 24 of Team Productivity, but this spin leaves him with nowhere to go. The car is heavily damaged, and it's a long way back to the pits. It's a struggle to maintain control and keep the speed up to minimize the time lost. The team waits anxiously to learn how long the repairs will take. It's 9 minutes. Although they will fight back to the lead lap, this delay undoubtedly cost the team overall victory. Lap 41. The sun has set, and darkness begins to descend over the track. Team Buckeye continues to charge, and has made up more places. Remember Team Denamero Black? Last time we checked, the car was running in 41st place. Since then, their meteoric rise through the rankings has continued. They're now up to 19th place, and still pushing hard. The hours of darkness ahead will be good to them. Another team to watch is Simp Racing GT3. After falling as far down the order as 45th position, early in the race, the number 69 BMW has made steady progress to 16th. They are not the fastest car out there, with lap times averaging in the region of 8 minutes and 20 seconds currently. But, consistent driving will pay dividends during the night, and they will emerge into the daylight in a strong position. Lap 49. Team Podium Hunters continues to lead the race. The gap has grown to nearly 2 minutes, over second-placed PMF Motorsports. Driver J-Men Winters is setting fast and consistent laps, as total darkness overtakes the race. However, the long night ahead will take its toll on this and many other teams. When the sun rises tomorrow morning, things will look very different. Meanwhile, Team Buckeye continues to make progress up the rankings. With Gold driver Morgan Teggy in the car, they are up to 7th place, and clicking off some fast laps. The team has stayed out of trouble, and had a clean run thus far. It's all looking good, as the stint winds down, and a refueling pit stop is planned shortly. Unfortunately, all that is about to change. At the end of lap 49, Team Buckeye fails to call the driver into the pits to refuel. There is not enough fuel to run an additional lap. This would be a major problem at any track, but here with a lap that is over 14 miles long, it's a catastrophic error. The team realizes their mistake almost immediately. They must react quickly, and make the right call, to minimize the damage. After consulting on the radio, the decision is to run as far as possible into the lap, before taking a tow back to the pits. This will reduce the tow time as much as possible. Driver Morgan Teggy must use a combination of short shifting, with lifting and coasting, to stretch the fuel mileage to the limit. We ride with the team for the last moments before the fuel is completely exhausted. The driver has done an excellent job, making it nearly halfway around the lap. There's nothing left to do, except find a suitable place to pull over, and call for a tow. The car will remain stationary for 9 minutes. That amounts to more than a full lap lost, and the team will fall to 15th place. It's going to be a long night ahead. The team's gold and silver drivers are on the roster until sunrise. They will need to put fatigue aside, and run back-to-back stints, stretching the tires to the max. With 16 hours and 50 minutes left in the race, there's still time. Lap 61. Team CX2 Orange are charging back up the field, after an earlier delay. Despite full darkness now engulfing the track, driver Lockie Brown sets the fastest lap of the race. It's an astonishing time that demonstrates the talent of their driver lineup. After starting in 14th place, BMW number 37 of Team SART is another car to watch. The team has been steadily gaining ground, and they're running in a strong 5th place. The car will peak as high as 2nd place soon, before fading slightly towards the end of the race. Sunrise, and Team Buckeye is back in contention. During the night, drivers Morgan Taggy and Brandon Dooley ran 7 stints on just 2 sets of tires to bring the car back up the order and into 5th place. Bronze driver Julian Lockwood is now behind the wheel, running a safe and conservative pace, while the star drivers rest and regroup for the second half of the race. Team CX2 Orange has fought back during the night, and briefly occupies first place again. Unfortunately, this mistake by driver Gordon J. Irons crushes their hopes of a rebound victory. The car is significantly damaged, and losing a lot of time on the track. But that's far less significant, in comparison to the delay they will incur for the necessary repairs. The team drops to 6th place. Lap 125. BMW number 24 of Team Podium Hunters is currently being driven by Mike Henry Jr. He has just set the team's fastest lap of the race. The team is currently running 8th, and beginning a charge towards the top places. A few hours from now, this will culminate in a fierce battle with Team Buckeye, as the final laps of the race unfold. Lap 127. Team Denimero Black's meteoric rise through the rankings is almost complete. With Christian Silapingi behind the wheel, Mercedes number 76 passes the SART BMW to assume 2nd place. With that move accomplished, the lead car of Team T&E Sim Sport is squarely in their sights. There is just the length of the Grand Prix portion of the track separating the two, with plenty of time still left in the race. Lap 151. Team T&E SimSport is still leading. They have occupied first, or second places for nearly half the race. The car is currently being driven by Roger Checkley, and is being chased hard by Team Denamero Black. The driver is under pressure from the relentless pace of the car behind. He makes a mistake at Brideside, and makes heavy contact with the barriers. The driver tries to continue, but the car is too heavily damaged. He pulls over and calls for a tow. After lengthy repairs, the team will rejoin the race in 10th place. Their challenge for victory is over. After charging for 21 hours, and working their way from the very back of the field, the pace and consistency of Team Denamero Black has finally paid off. Mercedes number 76 crosses the start-finish line, while their rivals remain stationary in the pit lane. They are in first place at last. Lap 156. With 1 hour and 50 minutes remaining, Team Buckeye makes their final driver change, while running in 5th position. Silver driver Brandon Dooley will be taking over, and must bring the car safely home. Ideally at this point in the race the team would elect to drive at a pace that guaranteed the car finished safely. But, there's a problem. BMW number 92 of Team Podium Hunters is just 1 minute 34 seconds behind, and currently the fastest car on track. Crew Chief Morgan Teggy is watching the situation, and doing some rapid fuel mileage calculations.
Interesting thing about the team behind, they may need 2 stops. Because they pit the previous lap. They're going to be real close.
Yep.
The chasing car is closing rapidly, but needs to make one additional stop to finish the race. The unanswered question at this time is, will Team Buckeye's track position and one fewer stop be enough to hold off the charging Podium Hunters car? One thing is for certain, the race for 5th position just got interesting.
At this stage, we're racing the guys behind. 820s, 825s are going to get it done.
Perfect.
Gap's 89 seconds, 1 pit stop for sure, potentially a second. They're doing 815s at the moment. It's a big ask from them.
Have no top end.
Yeah, there's still significant aero damage on the front. Just remember, even when we did have top end, it wasn't particularly fast.
Yeah. Just lost like 8 or 9 seconds to that 6th place team on the straightaway.
8 or 9 seconds?
Oh yeah, it was like 122 was the gap. Now it's showing 113.
What kind of speed were you doing on the back straight?
158 or something.
Huh. I see him at 72 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I see him now. But right before the back straight, that was saying like 122.
Well, Brandon, you would have the fastest guy anywhere around us chasing you down.
Of course.
This guy's going 13 seconds a lap faster than 3rd place. So we're on 160 now. He should have to pit lap 162. He's going to be real close on fuel. I don't think we're going to truly know until he's actually in the pits whether or not he's going to have to do a splash and go.
Yep. The fact that he's charging hard, though, means he must think his fuel is okay.
Or they're just not wise.
Or he's not paying attention to it.
Yep, could be. Man, he is fast, isn't he? My God. But he's got a huge straight line advantage, that's the thing.
The front of his car is almost perfect.
Yep. He is still pushing.
Good.
Which is, yeah,
Perfect.
which is kind of strange.
Well, like I said, if he goes by the pits, then he's in good shape, and that's why he's pushing.
He's pitting, he's pitting. He's in. You have one more lap, one more lap.
Copy.
Dude, unless he is the ultimate fuel saver, I don't think he's gonna make it.
Lap 162. Team Podium Hunters is in the pits for fuel. They temporarily surrender the position back to Team Buckeye, as the seesaw struggle for 5th place continues. There are 9 laps remaining, and a full tank is good for just 8. It's now a certainty. They will need to stop again, for just a splash. Lap 163. Team Buckeye make their final stop of the race. It's fuel only. As the car sits stationary in the pits, their competitor crosses the start-finish line and retakes 5th place. The situation is finally clear. Team Podium Hunters must gain sufficient time on track to make a last-minute splash and go pit stop, and retain 5th place. With Team Buckeye's BMW wounded and down on top speed, the odds are gradually shifting to their competitors. Lap 169. Team Podium Hunters has built a 93 seconds lead over Team Buckeye. To retain 5th place, they must get in and out of the pits in less than that, while picking up enough fuel for one more lap. After just a 32 seconds delay, the car exits the pit lane with Team Buckeye still on the back straight. They have secured 5th place with an outstanding display of fast and consistent driving. Team Buckeye must settle for 6th. Lap 170. The sun is shining on Team Denamero Black. After 24 hours of grueling racing, and working their way up from the back of the pack, a battle-scarred Mercedes number 76 is on the back straight for the final time. As driver Daniel Deasy takes congratulations from the rival teams, he loses concentration slightly, gets onto the grass and brushes the barrier. For once, it does not matter. There was only one more corner to round, and the drivers behind him stayed well clear. The car coasts across the finish line and victory goes into the record books. It is a sweet moment for driver and team. They have prevailed over some very strong competition. Congratulations to them, and all the teams that finished the iRacing 24 Hours of Nurburgring for 2022.
Yeah, congrats everybody. Great drive.